Sorry guys, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Just checking levels again. We've got the commentators here and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, they want to go in about a minute to say something over an intro. Is that okay? Checking now. Oh, that's one's yours. Sorry, what was your name? Cass. Thanks, Cass. Should have a little slap. All right, guys. I'm going to put the commentators on now. So here we go.
Well, hello and welcome to the round 4 NPL Women's Match of the Round. It's the newly built Macquarie field that takes us here as Lake Macquarie host Maitland FC. I'm Harry Scobie. Alongside me in commentary today, current Newcastle Jets A-League Women's captain Cass Davis. Cass, first time on the mic, I believe, this season. How excited are you to be here?
Thanks, Harry. Yeah, first time on the mic. I've been busy, so couldn't get here. But yeah, the perfect game to be able to commentate Lake Macquarie against Maitland, I think. Is going to be a great game. Obviously, a bit of a new look Lake Macquarie team, and they've added some good additions to their squad this season. And on the other side, Maitland, I said to you before, I think they're looking like the best team this season, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go through close to undefeated. So yeah, this is going to be a real good matchup.
Yeah, certainly based on form, Maitland are looking the strong favourites, but Lake Macquarie undefeated to start the season so far. And Cass, we were talking about it earlier, but if the reserve grade clash was anything to go by, we're in for an absolute treat.
Yeah, we are. Got here and it was 5-4 and ended up 5-5. So plenty of goals. That's what the crowds, that's what they're here for. They want to see lots of goals, and I think both of these teams that we're about to watch are capable of scoring plenty of goals. So yeah, we may see a bit of a goal fest.
Certainly do so. Let's run you through the two teams as both teams get their final instructions from their managers. So let's start off with the home side, Lake Macquarie in goals. Number 1, Imogen Thomasone. Number 2, Sonny Mitchell. Number 3, also Togo Aragili. Number 4 is Caitlin McMadam. 5 is Georgia Brown. 7, Kira Painsfair. 8 is Kezia White. 10, Brooke Summers. 11, Emily Loder-Weston. 16, Olivia Bekelowski. 24 is Larissa Ryan. On the bench for Lake Macquarie, number 6, Elise Lynch. Number 15, Emily Funse. Number 17, Lily Brooks. Number 26, Elavini Ackland. I think that's a tricky one to pronounce. And number 31, Megan Ross. So that's Gabrielle Blanche's side to take to the field today. Maitland, they're unchanged from their 3-0 win against Azuri last week in the grand final rematch. In goals is the ever so present Annabelle Thornton. Number 6 is Elodie Jack. Number 8, Sophie Nanadovich. 9 is Sienna Frost. Number 10, Josie Morley. 14 is Renee Pountney. 15, Willow Neal. 18, Talia Gosnar. 20, the birthday girl, Elizabeth Clowes. 23, Georgia Amos. And 32, Natalia O'Driscoll. On the bench for Ben Hogan's side, 2 is Charlotte O'Connor. Number 3, Marion Dunbaben. 4 is Keely Gawthorpe. 7, Julia Inez. 11, she returns, Sophie Stapleford. And 13, Alexandra Tagarelius. There's a few tricky names in there, Cass, but Sophie Stapleford, one on the bench that will catch a lot of people's eye. How good is it to have her back?
Yeah, great to see Soph back. Obviously a big part of Maitland's squad, and been a key player for Maitland for a long time, and even just for this league in general. So people love to watch Soph play. She's got a wicked left foot, can score from anywhere, and it's great to see her back from her foot injury. She's had a few struggles with injuries in the past, so it's nice to see her back super early in the comp.
I believe it was a stress fracture that kept her out. She's actually returned a week ahead of schedule. She was supposed to come back next week, but she's returned this week. So that's a boost for Maitland. Good thing about the Macquarie field here. Undercover cast, so we're not in the sun. Both teams are taking to the field. This one should be an absolute cracker to round out round 4. So good to see both the reserve grade sides supporting the team. And like you mentioned, Cass, although Maitland are the strong favourites in this one, Lakes lead the ladder, and they're a team not to be taken lightly.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Harry. Obviously, given Maitland have had a bye so far, Lakes are at the top of the ladder so far. But, yeah, I think with the new players that Lakes have brought in, they've really added to their squad from last year. And obviously another year for Coach Gabrielle Blanche to have this squad and keep building. I think they're going to put up a real fight against Maitland today.
Certainly might, as both teams go through their last huddle and final instructions. Coin toss about to take place as well. It's been an entertaining round so far in the NPL. Women's kicked off on Friday night out at Lake Macquarie, with Adamstown and Charlestown being held to a 2-2 draw before yesterday. Broadmeadow Magic went to Darling Street Oval and got the 3 points, 3-1 over Newcastle Olympic, obviously New Lambton. With the bye this week, Maitland had the bye last week, so hence why they'll be eager for 3 points today to try and claim their stake back at the top of the ladder. Good to see a nice, healthy crowd here this afternoon as well, Cass, to round out round 4.
Yeah, it's quite busy here actually. Obviously the new facility here, it's the first time I've seen the new facility, and they've done a great job. Might have been nice to get us a little bit higher, Harry. It's sometimes on the eye level it's difficult, but yeah, so far we've got a good view and such a great day, great afternoon for football.
I was going to say, certainly perfect weather. It was a bit chilly this morning though. It's been good to have a weekend without rain. We await the referee to get us underway. It's round 4. Rounding out round 4 here at Macquarie Field. It's Maitland that get us underway. They're a team who love to score goals, but so do Lake Macquarie. This one shapes up as an absolute cracker. Maitland and straight away get on the attack. O'Driscoll, she's got Frost to her left. O'Driscoll goes herself. Play on for now, and an early shot's taken. Well, Cass, we spoke about Maitland already. They're ramping up the pressure.
Yeah, they are. You know, you give Maitland a sniff anywhere around that area and they're going to take shots, especially Elodie Dagg with her quality. But good to see Imogen Thomasone back in for Lake. She'll be solid in goals for them.
We've already had 2 home games at the new Macquarie Field. Have Gabrielle Blanche's side. It's their 3rd one here this afternoon. First one in the sun as well. All their games so far have been under the lights. It's Maitland now. Battle for the ball. Referee now pulls it up. Cass, it's been a busy week for you as well, being unfortunately ruled out for the rest of the season. Talk us through how your week's been.
Yeah, I think...
it's Maitland now. Lake Macquarie, pouncing on an early error. Emily Loader Weston, the keeper's out of her goal. Back to Brooke Summers, and Lake Macquarie unfortunately can't capitalise. Sorry, Cass.
Oh, that was a very good chance for Lakes there. I think Emily Loader Weston should have pulled the trigger straight away as soon as the keeper's out. It's an open goal. You want to try and hit that as quick as you can.
Playing nice football early are the home side. Sonny Mitchell down the right. Edged out there by Morley. Cass, we might get back to you in a second.
Yeah, no worries.
As Lakes prepare for the first corner of the afternoon. Paragilly will come across to take this one. assessing her options in the area. It's the left foot of Paragilli to the front stick. Shouts for a penalty there. Referee has the whistle in his mouth. Play will continue now. O'Driscoll looking to hit on the counter. She's got Frost in front of her. Sienna Frost now, and tracking back well was Caitlin McMahon. Maitland now, Pountney. Mitchell Lakes searching for a way out from the back. Maitland with their aggressive press up forward. O'Driscoll leading that. Lakes have done well there to earn themselves a throw. Elizabeth Clowes taking that throw in her birthday today. I'm sure she'd love a goal, but now comes Frost. Back on her right foot, an early ball in looking for Amos. No kneel now. Using the width down this right-hand side. Both teams still trying to find a foothold on this game. Maitland have certainly had the better of the ball. Kelsky now drops it back and Lakes can pump one up forward. O'Driscoll now in a battle, comes out to Frost. Sienna Frost, there's space right in a mess. Is she onside? And the flag goes up for now. Finally we can catch our breath, Cass.
Yeah, that was a few moments there, Harry. One end to the other, and yeah, I think looking back at that chance that Lakes had, they'll be disappointed with that. You know, don't get that too many times from Maitland where you get those opportunities, so you definitely have to take those.
It's been a bit of a middle of the park battle so far. Maitland win the ball back here though. Amos makes a run. So well drilled. Ben Horgan's side only conceded a handful of number goals in their 2 games this year. Obviously they had to bye last week. Manadovic now. Amos makes a run. A mess onside. The ball in and fleed in the nick of time by McMahon, and Maitland peppering the pressure, and it's out for a corner.
Yeah, you can't give Maitland too much time in those areas. You could see just that movement in the midfield created so much space and gave Sophie Manadovic time on the ball, which you never want to give when you're playing against Maitland. She's a quality player, and to slip that in behind for Georgia Amos, who you know is going to cross that ball, has resulted in a corner and a good opportunity for Maitland.
Manadovic, obviously a player that Lakes need to be wary of. Now the delivery. Play to the front stick. Pountney trying to get a foot on it. Here is a chance for Lakes now on the break. Maitland do well to pinch it out. O'Driscoll makes the one forward. She's found out here on the left. Frost. Early ball in, high into the air. Amos is looking for it out wide. Frost will find her. Georgia Amos takes an early strike. One of the first shots of the afternoon, but didn't have enough to trouble Thomason.
Yeah, that's probably one that you need to get across the box. We see sometimes wingers see the goal and they want to shoot, but the angle's not quite there. So a cross probably would have been a good option for Georgia Amos there, given there was a few plays in the box, and they're hard to defend, those crosses that come in when you're trying to defend your goal and you're running backwards. So yeah, I think she'll be disappointed with the option she chose there.
She'll be a threat for Lakes throughout the afternoon. Already had a handful of touches in this one. Cass, let's go back to you while we get a quick chance. Who knows what could unfold in this game, but obviously a frustrating week for you, being ruled out for the rest of the season. I'm sure it's a massive blow for yourself.
Yeah, I think I've been struggling for a while with my heels and just not able to run properly. Pretty much sums it up, Harry. And just needed some time. And then we kind of made a decision a few weeks ago that I wouldn't take part in the rest of the season. Just talking to physios, and I think the right thing to do is to rest properly and not rush back. So. Yeah, it's disappointing to be out, and obviously want to be out there with the girls, and they had a good win on Friday, and we're still pushing for finals, and I love to be there with the girls, but it's something that I need to make sure I get right so I can finish my career on a high and just do the right thing. So see a specialist tomorrow, which will be good to get some more answers and kind of figure out how long this rehab will go for. So feeling okay about it at the moment, but maybe ask me tomorrow, Harry, and I might have a different answer.
Wish you all the best tomorrow. It was a good win, though, on Friday night from Stephen Hoyle's girls. Obviously interesting to hear you say there, Cass. It's funny, isn't it, saying that finals football is still alive? It's been a long season, a season of up and downs. We'll get back to play now. So Driscoll, space in front of her. Poutney comes out left to Frost. Good battle down this left-hand side. Lakes struggling to get their foot on the ball a little bit. Hill here, Bands fair. Up the line to Weston. Now there's space for Brooke Summers. There's plenty of space opening up on the left-hand side. Lake's happy to keep their foot on the ball for now anyways. Maitland sitting quite deep. Here comes the overlapping run. Sonny Mitchell out right, trying to reel this one in. Play will continue. Her early ball to the front stick and claimed with her first touch for the afternoon for Annabelle Thornton. Game starting to open up that little bit now. Frost. Pass just under hit. Maitland now win themselves the throw. Gilly now assessing her options. Maitland happy to sit off. Poutney leading the press. Poutney, this is dangerous. Lakes trusting their principles. Maitland pressing up high. Frost slowly wins it back. Done well late Macquarie to keep the ball despite the pressure that Maitland have put on them. But would you like to see that a bit more pressing from Maitland early on?
Yeah, I think so. The team they've got and the players, I think they need to push on a bit more and really put teams under pressure.
Early shot there taken from Dag.
But before what you said, Harry, about Lakes needing to be a bit more calm on the ball, you could see that in that last little passage. They were patient, started to move the ball around a little bit better, and now the next part is can they get it into the front third and be a little bit more clinical.
Paragilly now starting the attack, looks long. Maitland now, we know both sides love to keep the ball and love to be patient. They've got quality in attack as well, it's just about finding it. Been really impressed with Georgia Amos, especially in the Charity Shield, the way she was able to turn on the afterburners out wide, and we saw a passage earlier in this game where Nananovic, as soon as she got the ball, was looking for Amos, but they've got heaps of pace out left here through Sienna Frost as well, the youngster.
Yeah, they do. I think all across the front line, they have that pace, and obviously Renee being a bit experienced in what she's done in her football career and being able to hold the ball out well, and then you bring on Sophie Stapleford as well to add that speed to that front line. And yeah, I think they've got to try and use those three players as much as they can and try and get the ball forward as quickly as possible. And
I was going to say, how good of a player is it to have Sophie Stapleford back onto the bench? I'm sure she'll be introduced at some stage in the second half how many minutes she plays is down to Ben Horgan. But like we mentioned pre-match, she's coming back a week earlier than expected, which is really good from a Maitland perspective because she's lit this comp up when she has featured Amos now. Just wonder if Maitland are ahead into the early stages of the second half, whether she plays heaps of minutes or whether they try and give her 10 or 15 as now Frost capitalises on an error, but well done, Sonny Mitchell.
Yeah, I think it would depend on the game possibly, and I guess what her physio has said she can play. But coming back to your first game depends on how much training she's had, which I think she's had quite a bit of training, just talking to her. Yeah, quite a bit of training, so to get that load up. So maybe she is good for 20 minutes or so. But yeah, hopefully for Maitland and for her sake, she can get some good minutes and start to get her season back on for this team and be a big part of it, I think.
Yeah, hopefully that stress factor is well and truly behind her. Maitland now shifting the ball nicely. Frost looks for that final product, just lacked. Lakes again, trying to play out from the back. Done well here. They've been really cool and calm when playing, but Maitland earned the throw. Dag now. Thumped forward, looking for Loda Weston. Calmly done. Josie Morley on the ball now. Got so much experience to do this Maitland side. Like you mentioned, Cash, just everywhere on the park and even the bench as well.
Yeah, I think looking at Maitland when Northern first put out the squad, I saw the players they have, and I think you could say that pretty much majority of their starting lineup has played for an academy or even some A-League teams as well, with Renee Pountney, Sophie Stapleford, Sophie Nenadovich, Josie Morley. So you look at the quality and the experience that they have, and you think, who is going to beat this team?
Yeah, exactly. Early on, they are proving the team to beat. Obviously, they're out for revenge in a way, Cass. They lost everything. I'm pretty sure that was up for grabs last season to Charlestown Azuri, who were having their own issues of their own. They picked up their first point of the season on Friday night against Adamstown, which would have boosted confidence for Each Ferguson. Is now sliding tackle, the goal kick awarded to Lake Macquarie.
Yeah, I think it's really good to see that Charlestown could pick up their first point of the season. Obviously, Newhampton beat them by quite a few goals in round one, and maybe they were missing some players. Or Ish has looked at that game and thought, I need to change something, and to her credit and the team's credit, they have. And you could see that even their second game against Maitland only saw a few goals scored. So, yeah, to then come out with a point, it's really great to see. You want this comp to be as even as possible, and every game you want to be a battle, and you want to come out playing knowing that this game could be anything, and I think that's what this season will bring, as you can see from the results so far.
It's been a gradual improvement each week, hasn't it, for Charlestown? Obviously, round one was far from what they would have hoped for. A 10-0 thrashing at home to Newhampton. I think Tara Andrews got 5 that day. She's, I think she got 32, 34 goals last season, so she'll be possibly knowing Tara out to beat that again this season.
Yeah, she will, definitely. But yeah, great to see her get so many goals last year, and then to start the season off with 5 goals. But yeah, as I said before, I don't think the comp is what it has been in the past. I think it's much more even. And as I said before about Charlestown, I think Tara is going to have to work super hard for her goals this year, and teams and players know how to shut her down. So it's going to be a tough one, trying to score as many goals as 32 or 34, but also the player that Tara is, I think she's the one that can do it.
So keen to see what Andrews can produce throughout the season. Amos trying to get on the end of that one. Yeah, she'll certainly have her work cut out. Last week she had a great battle throughout the 90 minutes with Jenna Doyle, Adamstown skipper, so certainly be a much more competitive comp. Now, challenges back and forth on that far left-hand side of your screen. Annabelle Thornton now happy to switch one out left, and the wind's taking that one into the path of Baines Fair. O'Driscoll wins out. Pountney drops it to Dag. Nardovic now, she's got runners pouring on forward. Maitland struggling to find that clinical pass early on. Amos now, a mess, turning on the afterburners. She's got Pountney in the box, decides to use her. Amos to Pountney, and Maitland FC lead. They've had to grind it out throughout the opening stages of this one, but off the basis of things, you'd probably say that's well-deserved, Cass.
Yeah, I think so. I think Maitland have probably been on top for most of this game. But yeah, probably not as clinical as I thought they may have started, but you could see that Georgia needed to get that next one, and as soon as she got that space in behind, she had to cross to Renee, who's waiting in the box all the time, ready to tap that in, and yeah, it was an easy goal, but yeah, well deserved.
Such a good thing about Maitland's attack, isn't it, that they'll look to go down the flanks at a lot of stages with Ames and Sienna Frost, but they've also got Renee Pountney up top, who that goal takes her to 5 for the season. Tara Andrews, watch out. Certainly got a few there and thereabouts for the Golden Boots, but a well-constructed Maitland goal sees them lead 1-0 early here in this one. Their attack is going to cause defenders some troubles throughout the season. Macquarie looking for the instant reply that Thornton claims. The mess now. Sliding tackle, the late Macquarie bench thought it was clean, but the mess draws the foul. Cass, obviously a new Macquarie field. It's taken a while to get it up and running. What do you make of the ground overall and how it's developed? Obviously a nice afternoon for football.
Yeah, I think it's great that they could build a new facility like this, and obviously a new field, which everyone knows we struggle with good pitches in Newcastle. So yeah, it's great to see this facility done, and especially for a WPL team to have a venue like this is obviously great. I do remember I played for Lakes maybe back in 2013, and this was my home ground, so it's still got a lot of similarities, but yeah, obviously a whole new sheds here and change rooms and stuff. It's just great to see for football, and yeah, so many grounds need to follow in their footsteps and get some better fields, better drainage, so that those winter months when we've got plenty of rain, that we can still play football.
I think it's one of the only grounds as well that still allows cars in, as we can see a lot of cars up and around the field. Frost now searches for Pountney out left. Maitland looking for their second. O'Driscoll drops it to Frost. Inches away there from a second. Lovely build-up play starting from Sienna Frost, and she was looking for her second of the season. Again, great play from the visitors.
Yeah, you can see Maitland are starting to find their groove a little bit more, and that was a great opportunity there for Maitland. One they'll be disappointed with, but you can see that momentum once they've got that first goal, and you can even see here they're just waiting, and then they're going to pounce on that ball and try and go forward as quick as possible.
Yeah, they're happy to sit and allow Lake Macquarie to have the ball, and when they pinch it They know they have qualities. See what Lake Macquarie have to offer here. They're just struggling to get the likes of Emily Loder Weston into the game. Maitland as well, we can't take nothing away from them. Being very, very solid at the back. Only conceded 1 goal in their 2 games to start the year. That 1 goal came against New Lambton at their home, Cook Square Park, a couple of weeks ago. Morley to Nanajovic. Trying to play out from the back there and nearly intercepted from Larissa Ryan. Both teams quite happy to sit off Cass without the ball.
Yeah, they are. I think I'd like to see.
There's now O'Driscoll's ball. Pountney with the lob. Will it fall in the back of the net? Just waiting for it to dribble. Good play, build up, especially from Natalia O'Driscoll with the ball over the top, and Pountney inches away again. Olivia Kelski down on the ground. Good chance now for both teams to catch their breath and have a drink ahead of what's been a fast start from either side. Taken Maitland a little while to get into their groove. But we know Cass, once they get 1 goal, like you mentioned, that they're really turning up the pressure and got so much quality in attack.
Yeah, they do, and as you said before, Harry can't take much away from their defence either. And just the way that Ben Horgan's got them structured and disciplined in everything that they do, and they do look like a collective out there. They look like they're all on the same page, and they know the game plan, and yeah, that's why they're a quality team. And now that they've got that first goal, I'll be surprised if there's not a few more goals for Maitland. But on the other side, I think that, yeah, Lakes have had a couple of little chances, mainly off Maitland's mistakes, but just the way that Lakes are playing, I think I'd like to see their players get a little bit higher in attack once they've played that ball forward. There's only really 1 or 2 players in the box, and there's around 4 or 5 Maitland players, so I think their midfielders and their fullbacks need to start to get forward and start to make Maitland defend a bit more in their own half and turn things around a little bit.
We know this Lake Macquarie side can come from behind. I've shown that on a few occasions this season, most notably against Blue Meadow Magic here at Macquarie Field last week. Called a 3-3 draw back after being behind. So hats off to Gabriella Blanche. It's obviously a new era in a way for this Lake Macquarie side. New ground. They're certainly going the right way about things. Looks like Olivia Bekelski won't be able to continue. Elise Lynch taking her spot out there in the middle of the park. So a bit of a blow early for Lakes. Bekelski will be assessed, I'm sure, by the physio team over across on that far side, as we can see now. Now it's Thornton. Loder Weston leading the press. Maitland now can use the width. Elizabeth Flowers looks for O'Driscoll. Dag now. She's got Pountney and Frost on forward. Frost tries to get on the end of it. That one just a little too overhit. Now Lakes look to shift it out left. Claims that it's their throw. Maitland win the throw. McHugh go over on the far touchline. Certainly didn't agree with that decision. Driscoll goes to ground, nothing called. Now Lakes can have their time on the ball. O'Neill now. A mess. Down this right-hand side where she's so dangerous. Early ball lofted high in the air. Right idea there from Georgia MS. Maitland now starting to lead the pressure. Over the top, Josie Morley coming across. Thornton, that's well played. Nanatovic up against Brown. Brown commits the foul.
Yeah, you could just see there again, Harry, once they play that ball forward, that long ball, there's only really Emily Loder-Weston and Larissa Ryan up there for Lake Macquarie, and you'd like to see a little bit more of control build up so they can get some numbers higher and start actually creating some clearer chances in the front third.
Sure, from a Lakes perspective, the longer the game goes on, the more they'll feel they are in the fight. You see the Maitland bench up on their feet. A few of the substitutes standing rather than sitting. I know we're sitting for sure, Cass.
Yeah, it's a bit sunny over that side, Harry. You can see most of them, majority of them, I should say, in the sun, just keeping their heads in the shade so they're not getting too dehydrated before they make their appearance.
Very smart. Thornton looks long. Thomason tries for the switch out to her right fullback in Mitchell. That one goes out of play. Frost now, she's been impressive early. Fancy footwork up against Mitchell. Lakes again struggling to find that man in behind. Morley now cleverly done. So calm at the back there from Maitland, isn't she, Josie Morley?
Yeah, she is. She's obviously a midfielder and has been playing midfield for a long part of her football career. And
O'Driscoll decides to play long. Amos, a sliding challenge. The keeper gets a touch on it. Another chance there from Maitland, again looking to use the space in behind.
yeah, seeing Josie playing at the back, I think really suits the way that Maitland play. They like to play out from the back and they like to play football on the ground, and to have someone, or have a midfielder I should say, go back and play centre back, you really get that passing game and that composure, and you can see that Josie Morley has that. And yeah, I think it's been a great move for Maitland to make sure that she's still in the team and she's still playing, to put her back at the back.
Her alongside Gosner as well, a really dangerous centre-back duo, one that doesn't concede many goals. But now comes out left through Frost. Back to Clouds, first time ball into the box. Lakes now, what do they have going forward? Go to Western now with the overlapping run. Morley again comes across. Frost with a strong challenge there. Both players going at it. Sienna Frost earns her side a throw. The call is switch from the Maitland side. There's a lot of space out wide. This field's quite wide, isn't it, Cass?
Yeah, I think it's quite a big field, especially the other fields in our comp that we play on. Yeah, I think this would be one of the biggest fields other than Maitland. Maybe similar to Darwin Street, although they have moved their field a little bit, I've heard. So maybe they've added a little bit more length to that field now. But yeah, it is a pretty large field, and you want to make sure you use all that space. And obviously defensively, you want to be as compact as possible and make sure that you're all working together so that the other team can't play through you. They've got to play around you.
Yeah, I think you're right. Cook Square is quite a wide field. Darling Street has had a lot of updates to it. We know Maitland will travel there next week. There's a chance here for Lake Macquarie. A first time taking strike, and rather than using her hands, Thornton decides to use the feet and play out from the back. It's probably the first shot on target for the host. What can Lake Macquarie do before the break? Trailing 1-0 as it stands. Renee Pountney with the only goal that decides this one. Flowers wins it back. O'Driscoll now, she's got a few runners particularly out left. Decides to go right for Ames. Ames up against Brown. Decides to use the pace, which she does so well. Pountney on the cutback again. Frost. A lot of Maitland's attacks starting down that right-hand side and now blazing over the bar is Dag. But they're loving that right-hand side at the minute, Cass.
Yeah, they are. They're going to Georgia Amos quite a bit, which is what Maitland do a lot. I think once Sophie Stapleford comes on, you will start to see them go to the left. But yeah, Georgia Amos is lethal out there. Just the way she can beat her opponent with her speed, and Georgia Brown's, she's quick too, so it's a good matchup actually with both fullbacks and both wingers. I think in terms of pace and yeah, just the way that Lake Macquarie are setting up, I think they're just giving too much time for those players to actually play that pass through to Georgia Amos, so maybe shutting down the source is probably the better option.
Larissa Ryan chips one over the top. Half a chance there for Baines there. Yeah, really good battle out wide. You've got Sonny Mitchell up against Frost down this left-hand side, and then, as you mentioned, Georgia Amos, who will look to get on the ball again here. Will she beat Brown? Tries to look inside for Dag. Not long to go until half-time. It's Pountney's goal that has decided proceedings for now, and now the deflection opens up a chance here for the host. A massive chance, an early shot taken. Chances have come few and far in this first half for Lake Macquarie, and they're able to capitalise there.
Yeah, again, you could see that they've pounced on a mistake from Maitland, and there's only really two players up there trying to score. I think just the way that Lakes have set up, they're finding themselves very deep, having to defend so far back, and they're really making their front two players really work defensively to get back and even into a wide area as well. And I think you're going to find that Emily and Larissa start to fatigue, just given the amount of defensive work they have to do.
It's tricky for Lakes playing that more two up top. Lovely threaded pass. Can Amos get on the end of this one? Out comes Thomason to claim. Lake Macquarie to find a way back into this one, Cass. Where do you see their dangers coming from?
I think I'd just like to see them starting to push some players higher and actually take a bit of a risk. It looks like they're playing a diamond in their midfield, but I'm not really seeing them take advantage of that overload. So we just got a little opportunity here, Harry.
Frost in behind, looking for a second of the season. A great save, but Amos will pounce on it on the rebound. Georgia Amos once again gets her name on the score sheet. It was Frost's initial shot. Great save initially by Thomason. And Amos makes it 2 for the visitors.
Yeah, we could see that starting to happen. We know that every time Maitland get up there, they're going to cause problems, and Georgia Amos being in that position ready for any rebounds. I think Imogen Thomason will be filthy with her defenders, not tracking the players and being there to have a clearance on her rebounded shot. So yeah, it's a tough one for Lakes, but as I was saying before, I just think that they've got a diamond in the midfield, or they've got an overload with a 4, but I'm not really seeing any of those wider midfielders actually come out and defend in wide areas, and it's really causing problems for the front too. And I'm not really seeing them make too many runs in behind and start to threaten the Maitland back line.
This is certainly not what they would have wanted before the break. Amos looking for a double. That will spin away and go out for a corner. Maitland flicking the switch before the break. I suppose 1-0 wouldn't have been a bad scoreline against this quality Maitland side heading into the break, but they've got some serious work to do as Dag heads over to the far side to take this one. Bernardovic has come short. Dag will use her and go on the overlapping run. Bernardovic puts a ball in, front stick. Lakes are able to clear. Question is, can they hold out Maitland in the time that remains? Pountney. Bernardovic back to Pountney. Pountney's early delivery. Frost is there. Make that 3. It's critical from the visitors. Sienna Frost gets her name on the score sheet. She had a shot minutes ago, which was saved by Thomason, but this time she gets a goal, and Maitland stretch out to a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, that was probably my favourite goal of the 3, Harry. You could just see the 1-2s down that sideline, the movement off the ball, and it was clean. It was direct, straight to the players, and a cross and a good finish by Sienna Frost coming inside and being in the box ready. But yeah, it was composure, and you could just see it flowed really nicely. And sometimes there's not much you can do when the other team's just better than you at that point in time. But yeah, to go in 3-0 down, it's going to be a tough one for Lakes to come back, especially against this Maitland team.
Going to be a real tricky uphill battle now for the host. 3-0 scoreline, I certainly wouldn't have preferred, especially where they were sitting about 10 minutes ago at 1-1. Pountney smashes that one over to her bench. Macquarie on the road next week to take on Charlestown Azzurri. Be a game which Azzurri will looking to target for their first win of the season. Still not out of this one yet, Lakes, but plenty of work to do. Maitland shout for a handball. Lakes, so they have something to give before the break. Larissa Ryan, an early shot taken. They've loved to shoot from distance early in this one. Now Thornton throws it in no man's land at a shot. And probably just a little bit impatient there, Cass.
Yeah, I think so. It'd be nice to take another touch forward and get a little bit closer to the goal. And Kira Bainsford's a great player, and she can score goals. She's got to back herself there and try and get a little bit closer, especially against Annabelle Thornton, who we know is a fantastic goalkeeper, and I don't think many people are going to score too many long range efforts against her.
Maitland wingers have decided to switch flanks. Georgia Amos coming out to the left, Frost to the right. Both players have had a goal so far. The whole front 3 for Maitland has had a goal so far in Pountney, Amos and Frost. Something tactical to end the half. It comes out left now with Klaus. Not many options. She decides to go back to Morley. So well drilled. Ben Horgan's side in keeping the ball. Very well disciplined off it as well. Frost in the inside channel. Looking for the run forward of Amos. Can she get on the end of this one? Still not letting down. Again, winger to winger there. Lovely good passage of play.
Yeah, you can just see their swap sides as well, so they're both going to want to come inside and start to create that. It was nice to see that Sienna could roll inside and play the opposite winger, and every time George is going to get the ball on this left side, she's going to want to dribble in. So for Sunny Mitchell, she needs to force her wide onto her left foot and really stop her from dribbling inside and creating an overload in there.
I think it'll be good from a Lakes perspective that they've gathered a bit of an understanding of how Maitland will line up in the second half. We know a lot of their goals early in this one have come from out wide. Something to work on in the second half especially, just to make sure the score doesn't blow too far out of hands. Amos now threads one forward, but the offside flag goes up. Maitland looking for a fourth. Maitland in their away kit today, Cass. Different.
Yeah, it's maybe similar to the one they had last year, I think, Harry. But it's nice. I don't mind the colour, to be honest. Yeah, it's different, but yeah, don't mind a bit of the what do we call it, aqua? What are we calling it, Harry? It's hard. I've got glasses.
That's
on.
why I left it in your hands.
It's hard to see from here exactly what it is.
It's interesting seeing a lot of different teams kit this season. Yeah, I think maybe half aqua, maybe.
Yeah, it's a bit of blue, bit of aqua. We'll just go with that.
Nonetheless, they have shined in this first half, showing no signs of letting down. Pountney now. Got O'Driscoll in the box. Lake's trying to get it out of the danger dag. Looks out right. Is Pountney on side? No, the referee agrees with the offside flag.
Yeah, I feel like Elodie could have opened up there on her left foot and played out to Georgia Amos. She was 1v1 with Sonny Mitchell. Decided to go back into traffic, and wasn't a bad ball, but obviously Renee was offside, so I think the better option might have been to go out to the left and let Georgia run it at at Sonny Mitchell.
Lakes now happy to get their foot on the board and this first half. Lynch. This would be quite a blow for Lake Macquarie if the result stays this way. They'd lose top spot, obviously only early days in the season. They've done really well to get themselves in the position that they are. And I'm sure the latter won't have too much to do for today. They'll be hugely focused on their performance, but Maitland a lot better in this first half so far. O'Driscoll switches it out right. Dag in the pocket. There's now a mistake. O'Driscoll, will she take a shot from far out? She'll decide to slip it through to Sienna Frost. Multiple options in the area. Now it's a battle out on the touchline, which Loda Western does really well to win out. Lakes, can they get something before the break? The 1-2. Western shouting potentially for a handball. It's still in her path now, though. Inside she goes to ground. The referee has a quick look at the watch, and that'll wrap things up for the first 45. Goals to Maitland's front three in Amos, Pountney, and Sienna Frost sees them ahead 3-0 at the break. Cass, it's been all Maitland in this first half, relentless from Ben Horgan's side, but from a Lakes perspective, how do they ensure that this doesn't sort of blow out in a way in this second half?
Yeah, I'm not sure that their formation that they're playing is working. They're not taking advantage of their overloads in the midfield, and they're two up top against Maitland's back too. And I think that they're finding it hard to get numbers forward, have some possession in the front third. They're shooting from too far out. On transition, not enough players supporting the person on the ball. So there's a few things going on for Lakes. Maybe a bit of a formation change, and maybe just go to a 4-3-3 and match up with Maitland might be the best option. I'm not sure exactly on how fresh these subs are. Maybe they played a little bit of reserve grade before, but they're going to have to make some changes as well. And and yeah, put up a fight, start to press Maitland, start to put them under pressure, and you've got nothing to lose at this point. So yeah, I'd be going for it.
We've got an injury on halfway line, but we might take a quick break from now. It's Maitland FC.
Oh yeah, that's the feeling. Progress. Momentum. Getting somewhere. That's what it feels like when you bank with Newcastle Permanent. With local experts and award-winning customer service. We're here for you, and we're here for good. Oh yeah, that's the feeling. Progress. Momentum. Getting somewhere. That's what it feels like when you bank with Newcastle Permanent. With local experts and award-winning customer service. We're here for you, and we're here for good.
Well, welcome back to Macquarie Field. Some of the late Macquarie reserve grade players edging on the first grade side as they look to turn down a 3-0 deficit. Goals to Renee Pountney, Sienna Frost and Georgia Amos have the visitors ahead at the break. Cass, interesting to see that Lake Macquarie are the first team out for this second period. What do you think the halftime talk would have been?
Yeah, I think probably would have been, girls, you need to give a bit more and show a bit more fight. And I think against a Maitland team, you have to show fight first, and then what comes next is what you do with the ball. But yeah, without showing fight, I just think they're too good, and you have to battle with them. And I think that probably would have been the message, is to get out there and battle and match their physicality and start to win some duels, and then probably the football will come next. And yeah, I hope they've made a bit of a change with their formation, or they've adjusted some things on how they actually play that formation. But yeah, if they stick to what they were doing in the first half, I think you're going to see Maitland start to score some more goals, and this game's going to be a real big blowout.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting to see how Lake Macquarie have gone about their business at half-time. Had a few worries. I thought early on, we talk about battle, Cass, and I thought early on Lakes did stay in that grind, maybe for the first 10 minutes or so, but, you know, football's a game of one half. And as the half grew on, Maitland certainly flexed their muscles. That attack is one that is so dangerous. Both teams now, Maitland look all ready to go. Lake Macquarie looking to improve on their first 45. We've got a big half of football ahead. Hopefully see the return of Sophie Stapleford on the bench for Maitland. Good to see her get her first few minutes of the season. Shall she make an appearance? I think it's fair to say that she will come on. She'll probably be eager for a goal or two as well, Cass.
Yeah, I think so. So it's a goal scorer, well, she's an assister, I should say, as well. So I think, yeah, getting her on the pitch, and she's going to be buzzing to be back out for the season, and she'll definitely want to get on the score sheet, or at least be involved in some goals. That's the type of player she is, and I don't doubt she'll do that.
I think the really good thing about the Maitland side as well is they all love to share the goals. None of them are looking for individual hat-tricks or whatnot. When they go forward, they combine and connect as one. As the second half gets underway, like Macquarie get us started. Looking to show a few more signs of intent. Amos now applying on the pressure. This is where Lake Macquarie found it difficult in the first half, and Amos pounces. Probably could have taken that touch more forward into her path. But again, areas in the first half that Maitland was so dangerous is pouncing on that error, and they've done so again there.
Yeah, good opportunity early on for Maitland, pouncing on that error and getting a good opportunity.
Got to be very careful, Lake Macquarie, in how they play out from the back. Dag now looks for the run of Amos. The flag stays down for now. She's got runners in the box. Goes as far as the front stick. As you've just pointed out, Cass, got better eyes than me. Lewis Ryan has departed at half-time. The tactic will change up top with Lily Brooks coming on the field, and here is Lily Brooks with the first touch of the afternoon. Certainly a sign of maybe more energy up top as well.
I think they've made a second sub to Harry. Number 15, Emily Funseth, looks like she's come onto the field in the midfield, and Elise Lynch has come off as well after just being subbed on in the first half. You could see that she had an injury, towards the back end of that half. I think she got hit in the ribs and she was down. I think you mentioned Harry at half time. So, that's a couple of big losses for Lakes.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who the player was that went down on the cusp of half time. It's a bit of a shame for Lynch, the substitute. Played about 20-25 minutes or so off the bench. It's a shame that she won't be out there in the second half. So 2 changes it is then for Gabrielle Blanche's side. A bit more sign of intent to go forward. Obviously Larissa Ryan, straight swap there for Lily Brooks. Now Lakes will continue to play with that 2 atop, but hopefully more energy in this second half. Neil inside. That's a ball that opens up play nicely for Banks Fair. McMahon. Maitland have robbed Lakes here. O'Driscoll on the ball, has got the run of Frost. Frost, that's a lovely first touch. Sienna Frost, incredible. Her second of the evening. Lovely, well-taken goal, constructed by O'Driscoll. That first touch there, Cass, really set it up nicely in front of Sienna Frost. And this young left winger continues to improve.
Yeah, that was a great bit of individual brilliance there by Sienna Frost. A great first touch straight out of her feet towards goal, and yeah, a great finish. And I think it's also funny, I was looking once, Nat Distral had the ball, O'Distral had the ball and played Sienna Frost, and I was thinking where else are the Maitland players, and Georgia Amos was kind of just jogging along, probably knowing my teammate's going to score this, and she did. So yeah, it was a great work by Sienna Frost, and it's going to be a bit of a headache for Ben Horgan once Sophie Stapleford is back on large minutes and can start a game. Who is he actually going to drop from this team?
Massive good point there. I think for a youngster of Sienna Frost to be doing so well in first grade as well, hats off to her. Out there on the left, 2 to her name today. O'Driscoll goes to ground. She'll earn the free kick after being fouled by Paragilly. But again, that first touch from Sienna Frost really set her up because, like you mentioned, O'Driscoll didn't have many options, especially out on the right. And a well-taken strike sees Maitland go 4 to the good. They're in the mood for more. Amos. Back to Dag. Lifts one in. Falls again to Dag. Lakes need to clear their lines. They've got a body down just outside the penalty box, and the referee will stop play. Ball on the ground quite quickly. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but looks like it could have been Brooke Summers potentially. I think it would, as the ball got played forward, potentially there, Cass, she popped one late potentially.
Yeah, I actually missed that, Harry. I was looking somewhere else, but yeah, she looks like she's in a fair bit of pain, maybe her ankle, which would not be good signs for Lakes, given they've already made a couple of substitutions this early on in a game that you're down 4-0. It's not what you want to see.
Been a frustrating afternoon so far for the home side, losing Elise Lynch and now potentially Brooke Summers. Doesn't look like she will return. She's getting assessed now, so we'll see how she plays up, slowly trying to get back to her feet. Looks like Maitland will have the ball on the far left side, potentially a drop ball from the referee. So in the meantime, Lakes will play with 10 for now. Got to hold out Maitland here and make sure the lead doesn't stretch to 5, but we'll keep an eye on the injury to Brooke Summers as play develops. Neil inside the Dag, pops one over the top. The offside flag stays down for Pountney. Good to see Brooke Summers return to the field, Cass.
Yeah, it's good to see her back, but she's not looking like she's able to run very freely. Hopefully she can run that ankle injury off and continue on, but it's also one of those things where you don't want to make it worse. It's a long season ahead, and she's a key player for this Lake Macquarie squad.
Be interesting to see how long she does stay on the field. We know The Maitland bench is certainly up and about. Like Macquarie, their substitutes staying on the bench in the meantime anyways. Brooke Summers already has a goal to her name this season, and with a handful of other players that have contributed to their success so far. As we mentioned, Lakes did sit top heading into this round. On the live ladder now, Maitland have jumped them to regain top spot. They're really looking like the title potential side. Neal up against Brown. Neal battling hard to win it back. Karagili goes to ground. There's a foul and gives Neal a little shove on the way as well. Waits now through McMahon. Baines fair. They need to find that outlet up top. Lily Brooks chasing that one down. We mentioned it at half-time, Cass, but Lakes, they really need to find that outlet up top. They've had a few moments in behind, they've had a few long shots from distance, but nothing's really equating to any clear-cut chances as far as they're concerned.
Yeah, not really. You could just see there the way that they played out. Kira Bainsfair got on the ball and they started to play forward, and it was much more controlled build-up rather than just trying to play it in behind and having that one player run onto it and then not have anyone to play to. And I think Lakes have got to try and get better at that and get that ball on the ground and start to have some better movement off the ball and try and play forward and have that support as well when you do play forward. So, yeah, I'd love to see them start to have a real go in this game and start to create some chances and have some shots on goal.
Even if the result won't go their way this evening, they'll be looking for just 45 minutes of their brand of football, the football that they know they can play, that they've produced in the opening 3 rounds. We know they're a few weeks away from the bye, so still a lot up for grabs. Bainsfair now looking for the run ahead of her. Just better from the home side. Fonseth. Sonny Mitchell now. Amez, will she pounce on this one? So quick is Georgia Amez, and this is where Maitland are dangerous. Dag releases it out wide. Neal, there's a chance on him behind here for the visitors. Neal shot or cross, I'm not sure. Into the hands, though, the grateful hands of Thomason. Cass, I still don't know whether that was a shot or a cross, but Maitland again had to buy their time without the ball there, but as soon as they won it back, they looked straight forward.
Yeah, I would probably say it was a cross, definitely. Kind of caught Imogen Thomason off guard there, but she did well to recover. But again, great play by Maitland, getting their fullback high.
This is better from the home side. They've shown moments of promise in the second half, but this is what they've got to be wary of. Well, just had too much power behind it. Into the air now, great first touch from the substitute Funseth. Brown looking to keep this one in. Pumps it up forward, here comes Gosner. Loses out to Funseth. Looking to create an impact off the bench.
Yeah, I think just what you said there, Harry, about can she create an impact off the bench. I really do believe that the two players that have come on in those attacking roles have added something for Lakes, and yeah, a little bit of spark and a little bit of hope, and yeah, I think they've really got themselves into the game and they're really showing that they want this and they want to battle, and I think the rest of the players need to follow on from that.
Free kick awarded on halfway. No, play will continue, but we do... Wasn't sure whether a foul was given. O'Driscoll's gone to ground, but in fact it's sure who it is that's picked up the knock.
Emily Loder-Weston. Yeah, I thought it might have been a foul towards Maitland, and then I thought O'Distral actually clipped her after. So I thought the ref may have pulled that up, but we saw a play on, and then he's pulled it up for player safety.
Bit of a fiery start to open this second half. Both teams giving it their all, especially Lakes have certainly been a bit more improved in this second half. Still got to be wary, as always, of the dangers that Maitland have going forward. This is nice, though. Loder-Weston sends it out right. An early cross in. Loder-Weston in a battle with Morley, but Morley does really well there, uses her strength. Cross now. Maitland struggling to begin this second 45. Clowes to O'Driscoll. Pountney. This is beautiful football. Great one-touch football from the visitors, and here comes Pountney. She's got O'Driscoll coming on forward. Natalia O'Driscoll saves. Amos trying to follow it in. And it's still alive. MS could have kept that one in, but opts for a corner. But again, the one-touch football down that left-hand side is something that has been a delight to watch tonight, Cass.
Yeah, it's been really nice to see that one-touch football. It's been clean and effective.
Maitland goes short from the corner. They've got a few unmarked plays here at the back stick. Frost on a hat-trick. Oh, and great hands from Thomason. Sienna Frost, and sure she'll be hungry for the hat-trick in this second half. Lakes now. Looks like they've kept the same formation in a way from the first half, although we do have obviously the substitute of Emily Funsteth, who's looked to drop deep at times, Cass, and allow her strike partner off forward to be the target. Maitland now. O'Driscoll. Got Pountney ahead of her. Happy to keep the ball on the home side. They just need to find that target up top. Give their fans who have come out this afternoon something to cheer about. There is a fair few Lake Macquarie supporters here in attendance, not only sitting down on seats here under the shade, but also the amount of cars that surround Macquarie Field. Neil looks for the run of Dag. Neil now pinches it back. Amos. What will she conjure up here? Georgia Amos looks to go to the byline. A touch. Final touch, just a bit too heavy, and a goal kick is awarded.
Nearly hit the spectator on the end there, Harry. Bit of frustration with her touch, and nearly hit the ball into him.
No, she loves to beat her defender, Georgia Amos, and why not when you've got speed like she has? So dangerous out in those wide areas. This is a great run though. Emily Loder-Weston, who has looked promising for the home side, but again it breaks down. So look to play forward. Well done though to pinch it back. Pass on the hip from Neil. The crowd now getting behind Brown, who's going to tussle down on this left-hand side. She'll deliver one to the front stick. But Lakes again, no options there presenting in the box, but Maitland really happy to get things going and quickly continue play. Only the one goal conceded from the Lakes' perspective so far in the second half. Cass, where do you feel that they've improved?
As I said before, I think the substitutions have been key for Lakes, and they've added that little bit of fight for them. And I think they're starting to actually put the ball on the ground and start to play. And it's been good to see that they've stepped up a little bit. And they don't want to lose this game by more than what it is, and they want to try and score. So, I think I've seen a little bit of a change in energy and a bit of fight.
Well, here comes the return of Sophie Stableford after missing the first 2 rounds for Ben Horgan's side. She returns onto the field. It looks like she'll go to the left-hand side. Pountney continues up top. And obviously Amos out on the right. So no hat-trick for Sienna Frost. She'll depart the field, having played a crucial part in proceedings so far, as Pountney deflected, should go out for a corner. Sophie Stableford will look to make an early impact here. She won't take the corner. She'll put her body forward into the box. Starting to set here at Macquarie Field. Maitland have another corner though. It's deep towards Amos. She's got Klaus behind her. Nardovic has robbed. Now Lakes looking to commit numbers forward. Lily Brooks, challenge there. Nardovic flying with the challenges, and the referee gets his card out. I think that's one of the first yellow cards of the afternoon, Cass. Lily Brooks showing some good signs off the bench. Emily Loder-Weston slowly getting to her feet, but a well-deserved yellow card there from an experienced head in Nardovic.
Yeah, it was nice from Lily Brooks there, pushing forward and trying to beat her opponent. And obviously Emily Loder-Weston with her speed. Sometimes you do have to make those professional fouls to slow things down. But it was probably a deserved yellow card there by Sophie Nenadic.
Pretty tactical as well, slowing down proceedings. But here is a free kick of promise for the home side. An ambitious shot there from Baines Fair. Probably could have put that one into the box. Lake Macquarie ramping up the pressure. Just looking at that front three for Maitland Castle. We thought the first half was good. They've made a change out left, as you're aware of, in Stableford. And just looking at that front line, so much experience, so much quality, and I'm so keen to see what Stableford can do in the remaining stages of this one.
Yeah, I think so, Harry. It's a quality front three, but it's one of those things where you've got to get the ball to them for them to be able to do what they can. So, yeah, I think Maitland have got to get back to the basics and get the ball on the ground and start to play like they did in the first half, and things will open up for them. But Lakes are starting to put a bit of pressure, and it's starting to disrupt what Maitland have wanted to do, and yeah, you're starting to see a little bit of a momentum shift, a little bit more even now.
Maitland finished that first half so strong. Looked like they were going to head into the break with just a 1-0 advantage. Shouts for a handball. A shot is taken over the bar there from Lily Brooks. Game was so wide open in the first 15 minutes or so. Renee Pountney got the opening one. And Maitland sort of kicked on from there. This will be their second clean sheet of the season. Shall Ben Horgan's side not conceding the time that remains in this second half. Pountney now, so many numbers forward for the visitors. Amos inside, substitute Keely Gawthorpe goes left. Stableford, her first touch back from an injury. Thought she had a runner in front of her there. Now battling back hard to win it back. Clever footwork from Dag. She's been impressive in the middle of the park. Stapleford looks for the dink in behind. Renee Poutney and Amos not on the same wavelength there. Can Lakes find that extra pocket in behind? Brooks with the flick. Here's a ball in behind that will create a little bit of danger. Morley does go to ground though. Earns her side a free kick. Neal now. Amos makes a run on forward. It's lovely one-touch football. Down on the touchline here. And Amos again turns on the afterburners up against Brown. Drops it back to Dag. Amos getting back onto an onside position. Amos now. Thought with a delivery. Didn't have the right connection. Throw that one into the box. Both benches looking pretty quiet. We have seen multiple changes, especially from Gabrielle Blanche. Some forced changes as well. It's a shame that an injury was picked up to Elise Lynch as Maitland do well to pinch it back. Been a bit more quieter in this second half, Cass, but you have to give a lot of credit to the way Lakes have set up.
Yeah, I think Maitland have taken the foot off the pedal a little bit. And Lakes have put the foot on the pedal, so yeah, it's been a much improved second half from Lakes. Still not seeing a whole lot of chances created, but overall they are much stronger and much more disciplined in their defence.
Well, here's a chance. Brooks Summers, who went down a few minutes now ago with injury, seems to be back to her feet. Not feeling it. Certainly right, Cass. Lakes have improved but haven't had enough chances going forward. Stapleford finds herself in behind. Well defended by Sunny Mitchell coming across to prevent the danger.
Yeah, that was a good ball there by Renee Poutney. She saw Sophie running in behind and great defending by Sunny Mitchell to not let Sophie get in front of her and get a shot off.
Lakes looking a bit more energetic about the ball. Referee will go back for Stapleford's pull of the shirt. Looks like Lakes are potentially preparing a substitution over there on that far side as well. A bit of activity on that bench, as we can see. Renee Poutney will depart the field. Will O'Neill as well, while for the home side, Kezia White leaves the field.
Looks like it might be Evelyn Ackland coming on into the defensive midfield role. Hopefully I said that right, Harry.
Yeah, It's a tricky one, that.
Might have to get some pronunciations done from the players.
Good to see that Lakes have made some more activity on the bench nonetheless, trying to add a bit more spark as to what's been an improved second half. Sure, they'd love to give their fans something to cheer about. But here is where a lot of the danger's been for Maitland. Amos releases it forward to Marion Dunn-Babin, who's just taken her place onto the field. That ball's coming to the crowd now. A few of the late Macquarie reserve grade players moving it back onto the field. Charlotte O'Connor's also come onto the field from Maitland as well. So Maitland have used the majority of their bench now. And Julia Innes, I believe, still remains seated over on the far touchline. The Lakes players love that, and then a trip by Ackland at the last second. A few laughs as well between her and the crowd. Clemens ball inside, picked off. Now Baines fair. Lake Macquarie, what can they conjure going forward? It's a right idea. Looking out right for Brooke Summers, but just needing a bit more direction out to that width.
Yeah, it's a good win back by Lake Macquarie, and the right idea. You could see where she wanted to play the ball. She's had execution that let her down.
Dunn-Babin now leading the press.
Not sure how much longer Brooke Summers is going to last. She's been hobbling around on that ankle for the majority of this half since she went down early on, and it's probably not something you want to risk given the scoreline.
Does seem to be a worry. Amos up against Brown. Inside, and the first time shots taken. I think it was Dag potentially trying to get a name on the score sheet. Couldn't turn it goal bound. Now Lakes really need to get the ball forward. Haven't had too many clear-cut chances this one. Brooke Summers now the target in behind. But again, Maitland's defence up to the challenge. O'Connor now. From behind, that one will go far into the crowd. Something to get things a bit excited. It's been a frustrating afternoon for the home faithful, but a few balls now have flown into the crowd. Luckily, nowhere near us or our cameraman, Cass.
That was close. I was worried about the older lady sitting down there, Harry. But she had the foot out ready to protect herself.
She was ready, luckily, just to the left of her. No Ackland. Urged on by her home fans. Stable for now. Hasn't had too many touches on the ball since coming on. She'll combine here with Gawthorpe. There's still two substitutes. Lakes assessing their options. They really need to try and find a target up top. And they're playing around with it at the back here, and Dunn-Babin pounces. It's Dunn-Babin one-on-one, and she tries to find the cutback. Across the face of goal. She probably could have taken that one a little bit more closer to goal, but Lakes again caught fiddling a little bit with the ball there at the back.
Yeah, that's a chance that you need to be taking. Marion Dunbaba need to be better there just to pass it along straight to Elodie Dag for a tap in. Lucky they got a corner out of this, but they're the chances you need to start finishing when you've got them.
It's been quite a second half, certainly by Maitland standards. You know they've got some tall targets to hit in the box here. It's Dag and Nardovic standing over it. High into the air. The Clouds was there looking for a goal on her birthday. Stableford out to Nardovic. Heaps of runners there at the back stick for Maitland, but it beats all of them and runs out for another goal kick.
Yeah, Maitland haven't been quite the same in terms of their passing and their rhythm. I think sometimes, Harry, it's great to make subs and you want your subs to get on, but sometimes it just ruins a little bit of the rhythm. And it's not anyone's fault in particular. It's just making adjustments to personnel and yeah, I think Maitland have slowed down a little bit with their smoothness and that rhythm.
Looks like a bit of a blow here for Paragilly. She'll leave the field. Just wonder whether Lakes will make a change. I believe it'll be Morgan Ross that would have to come on. Every other substitute has been used, so they'll play with 10 again for now. And this is dangerous for the home side as an early shot's taken by Amos. Nardovic now. No goals to her name this afternoon, but she's played a heavy impact as a ball. Again, looking for Amos. They just probably haven't been a bit more, haven't been as clinical with their passes as they were in the first half, especially getting it out wide, but looking to pinch it back here. Amos is caught by Ackland. Nothing given. That one hits the back there of Keely Gawthorpe. The energy taken a little bit out of this second half, Cass. Lakes have been a bit more disciplined without the ball, but Maitland certainly feels, in my eyes anyway, not as energetic as they were in that first half.
Yeah, I think we're still seeing that shift. Maitland are probably pouncing on a few more mistakes from Wakes in that back line, but seem to struggle to convert or make the right decision on whether to pass or to cross. Well, that ball's just going a little bit too far, like we just saw there from Elodie Dag.
Interesting to see that Lakes are still playing with 10, certainly for now anyways, while Paragilly gets assessed behind the right goal of your screen. Something that will please Gabrielle Blanche as it's looking better on the scoreline in the second half as it was in the first. Conceded 3-2 just before the space of half time. So for these two sides, Maitland head to Darling Street Oval next week to take on Newcastle Olympic. Darling Street, a tricky place to go for all teams. Lake Macquarie head to Lolcar Oval on Sunday to take on Charlestown. Charlestown searching for their first win of the season. They picked up a much-needed point on Friday night against Adamstown as Georgia Amos will depart the field. So that's all of Maitland's starting 3 forwards off the pitch, and Julia Innes comes onto the field in her place. Innes featured in the Charity Shield against Charlestown back at Jack McLaughlin Oval earlier in this year.
I feel like that could be Georgie Williams potentially. Harry, maybe there was a bit of an error on the team sheet that we saw on Squatty. Hopefully I'm right there, but...
Yeah, I think it is Georgie Williams. It's gone to the right hand side as another injury blow. There's been a few injuries for Lake Macquarie this afternoon. Certainly not good for them. I don't know the result's going to frustrate them, but the amount of injuries they've got heading into next week up against the Charlestown side will be super, super hungry at home. But yes, to remind you of that substitution, Amez off. Georgie Williams taking a spot out on the right wing. This would, as I mentioned, be Maitland's second clean sheet of the season. Something I'm sure they pride themselves on. Cass, obviously they've got a lot of quality in attack, but I'm sure they'll be pleased with the scoreline as it stands now, keeping a clean sheet.
Yeah, I think that's such an important part of the game, is to score lots of goals and concede none, Harry. So yeah, I think they'll be happy with that, but I don't think Lakes have really tested Annabelle Thornton today. I'm not sure if we looked at the stats. Shots on target, maybe only a couple of shots on target, but all from quite far out. So Annabelle Thornton hasn't had a whole lot to do today. So I'd probably also put that down to the defence of Maitland as a whole.
Yeah, Morley, as well as Gosner, have been strong, but right, Thornton hasn't really been tested or put under much trouble so far. Wasn't sure what that noise was, Cass. It's the barbecue finishing up for the day.
Yeah, I think everyone's looking at what is that noise. Sounded like something was flying over us, Harry. I looked a little bit concerned, but it's just a barbecue, guys.
Big day of work on the barbecue here at Macquarie Field. Haven't tested out anything from their canteen yet. Should have, though. At least that noise is gone for now anyways.
And the amount of times that physio has been on this field, he's had a workout today, that's for sure. Lakes have had a lot of players go down with some pretty concerning injuries. It's not what you want to see. They do have quite a large squad, Lake Macquarie. They signed quite a few players for both teams at the start of the season. So they do have depth, they do have numbers, but it's still not good to see players go off injured, especially some key players like Togo Paragilli. Brooke Summers that still is carrying that ankle injury.
Got some entertainment in the crowd to our right though, Cass. A few of the crowd here enjoying their day at Macquarie Field.
Not sure what's actually going on here.
Cans stacked up potentially.
Few drinks involved, Harry, I think.
Enjoying their Sunday afternoon of football. It's been so good to have NPL football back. Obviously, a reminder you can catch every game across the men's and women's competitions live and free on the Northern New South Wales YouTube channel. It's getting a bit cooler as the night ticks on here at Macquarie Field, but the football has been entertaining. It's been all Maitland as we speak. The reserve grade clash as well was an entertaining one. So many goals in that one. There'll be a bit of time added on for the injuries that Lakes have sustained. Just under 1 minute or so now until the 90 is up. So Emily Funseth, who came on in the second half, has returned to the bench. It's a shame that they've had Lynch and Funseth both come on. You don't see it happen often, Cass, where substitutes come on and then go off, but unfortunately, between those two and Paragilly to our right of screen, she's still being assessed behind the goals. It's really unfortunate for Lakes.
Yeah, you don't see it too often. Coming on and getting subbed off, but due to injury, it's always tough for the coach, that's for sure.
Be a big week. See if potentially maybe the reserve graders step up, play some first grade minutes. You've got to give your hats off to Lakes. They've only kept Maitland to one goal, one outstanding goal for Sienna Frost into the early stages of this half. Nardovic now. Do Maitland have one last goal in them? Charlotte O'Connor with an early ball. The header straight into the hands of Thomasoon. It wasn't Sophie Stableford. I think it was Dunbabin that got the initial header on it. Stableford's dropped more into a left back role, which is interesting to see, and here she is now. We'll run all the way through. Sophie Stableford not too happy with that pass there. It's going to take her time, isn't it, to gradually build up her minutes and rediscover some of that football that we know she can play.
Yeah, I think for any player that's been out for quite a while and hasn't played any games, it's always hard coming back in, especially off the bench too, just to get that momentum going again. And
Dag now, chance for 5 for great hands. Thomasoon, she's had a lot come her way today.
Yeah, she definitely has. For her first game back, if I'm right. Maybe she played last week, but still to come back from an injury and in such an important position, she's held her own today.
Can't have done much as well as the goals that Maitland have scored. They've been beautifully worked team goals. Williams now. Gawthorpe with an early ball across the other side of the field. So I'm just looking, Cass. Looks like Lakes are playing with, correct me if I'm wrong, 8 outfield players.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's been a frustrating way to end the evening here at home. Interesting to see how they line up next week against Charlestown with the injuries sustained tonight, but ending the game with 8 players is certainly something that's going to be tricky, and it's Paragilly who's still getting to her feet behind the goals, but nonetheless the action's wrapped up here at Macquarie Field. Maitland running out 4-0 winners thanks to a rapid first half display which saw them go ahead 3-0, and Sienna Frost with the lone goal in the second half. Cass, Maitland again with another important win of what they're trying to build this season.
Yeah, a big win for Maitland. I think it was put down to their first half. They were clinical. They got in behind Lakes. They got balls in the box. They were dangerous, and yeah, they definitely deserved that win today. And I thought they probably could have scored some more goals as well. Could have been a few more, but to Lakes' credit, they held strong that second half. They focused on not conceding, and to only concede one goal in that second half, it's an improvement for them, and there's some positives to take out of that.
Hats off to it. It's really good to see a good crop of Maitland players heading to your right of screen. Go and check on Paragilli, who say's been behind the goal for 20 minutes or so, but nonetheless, Maitland take the 3 points here in round 4 of the NPL. And that wraps up round 4 of action. I've been Harry Scobie. Cass, thanks for joining me tonight.
Thanks, Harry. It's good to commentate with you for the first time, and hopefully many more to come.
Certainly a lot of football coming your way next week and throughout the season. We'll sign off here from Macquarie Field as Maitland FC bring out 4-0 winners.